Welcome to Empirical Peapod.
Did you Ubered here?
Yeah, my mom got me Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I crashed her car.
I know you're not allowed to drive her car anymore. She said.
She said that?
How did you smash her car?
I rear-ended somebody. They brake checked me, but it was still my fault because I reduced the film or failed to reduce my speed. So
Yeah. Think you'll ever drive again?
I don't know. It was so traumatizing. Like the
Yeah.
airbag came out and everything.
Really?
Yes. Like I wasn't hurt. I had like bruises from like my seatbelt.
Yeah.
But like that was it. Like the airbag and everything. Like it was just so traumatizing. Like I don't think I'll be able to drive for like at least a little bit. And
Yeah,
she's talking about like you need to get your own car. You need to teach me how to drive again.
All right. So today we're here with Amaya. Your name's pronounced Amaya, right?
Mhm.
Do you still go by Day?
No, I didn't like officially drop it, but
Yeah.
I'm working on getting the money to drop it eventually.
So what do you go by? Your mom's last name?
Yeah, Askia.
Askia. What a much better name. Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, it's Kamar.
Kamar? All you guys have really cool names that are just kind of like all very different.
I think my middle name is like the closest to my grandfather. It's like he's Muslim, so it's like they're very Arabic.
Yeah.
So his name is Kadir, her
Right.
name is Bakir, and then I'm Kamar.
I didn't know that your grandfather was Muslim. They didn't take that past that, like, because your mom's not Muslim, is she?
She was raised Muslim, actually.
But like she doesn't practice.
She didn't practice. But my dad actually was like very Islamophobic, so
Yeah.
she just didn't want to bring it into the house and have him act like that towards us.
Right. That's. We're already getting ahead of ourselves, but it's just weird to me to think that somebody could be like racism already exists in general, sure, but like to see it like at the level of like I'm picking and choosing now. It's like, oh, my wife is black, that's okay. Whoa, but she's Muslim, that's too much.
Like I can't. Like we have different. I'm still believing in a higher power. I'm
Right.
still being humble, but it's not the same as your higher power.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself Muslim then?
I'm not really religious actually.
Like
I
at all?
just I know there's a higher power.
You just have your own personal
But
beliefs.
yeah.
It's hard to kind of attach to any, because there's certain things that just you're like, I like this, but I don't like this. So I've always been agnostic, because it doesn't bother me to not have the answers.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable with that. But let's start from the beginning. Where were you born in Aurora?
I think so. I was born in Rush Copley, so yeah.
Rush Copley?
I grew up in North Aurora,
Yeah.
and then we just traveled all around Illinois, and then landed back in Aurora.
Did you travel all around Illinois?
More like the corner,
Yeah,
like
that
the
little-
Chicagoland
that
area.
little circle. Yeah.
Addison, Westchester, Maywood. I think that's really like those were like the main areas. I really don't like it in Aurora.
Really?
I hated it in Aurora. I still hate it.
Really? What do you hate it in Aurora for? Or like, what's been your experience there?
We moved out there during seventh grade. They took me out of school in the middle of my 7th grade year.
That's tough.
My grandfather was dying of cancer, and my parents hated each other, and like it was like brewing it was just the brewing of the brewing.
Yeah.
Before all this shit hit the fan.
So you kind of, it sounds like you kind of just associate life kind of taking a shit in general with Aurora.
Yeah, but not to like forget, I was bullied so bad out in Aurora, and I still am, and it's like I will never know why. Like I'll just never fit in with like Aurora, Naperville people, and I'd never know why.
That's interesting to me because I feel like based on some of the other places that you guys have lived, which are closer to the city, it's probably more. It's I would presume it's more mixed in Aurora and Naperville, like those areas, as opposed to the other spots. So you think you'd get messed with less, but it's actually like way worse.
I actually fit in a lot better at the schools out in like the harder,
Yeah.
like more rougher areas.
Yeah.
Out in Aurora, it's like they're very bougie. They're very like I didn't go to like the lower income schools. I went to like the white schools, the predominantly white schools. So I was around like all the little preppy kids. There's like this area in like where I live. It's called White Eagle, just full of mansions,
Yeah.
and they went to the schools I went to.
I grew up by a White Eagle also.
They-
We got out before. I was still in grade school when we moved.
Yeah,
But
I was
know
going
exactly
to
what
school
you're
with
talking
those kids. So I'm just like,
about.
I don't fit in with you guys.
Nah,
I came
didn't
from
fit in
like
with those guys either.
I came from nothing. My parents at one point had to question using SNAP benefits. You guys don't know my struggle. Like I
Yeah.
can't relate to you. You can't relate to me. And they just took that as an okay to bully me until I graduated high school, which was last year. So bullied for 7 years straight or 5 years straight.
So, when you say bullied, like, what are the things they would do? Like, because bullying is a pretty wide blanket.
Yeah, it's very much a blanket term, but it would range from like just being. High school was more like I would be chased through hallways by like girls.
Oh, really?
I would be like
So that's more like physical.
Yes, I would
bullying.
be scream stuff.
Yeah.
I would have to be like separated by like deans and other stuff, like other type of staff, because these girls would like torment me.
Yeah.
Middle school, it was more like your parents aren't involved in your life, your dad's not there for you, your sister's crazy, all this other type of stuff. And it's like, now I look at them, it's like, I don't care. But like back then, I didn't have the shell I had that I have now. I wasn't.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that people, it might be hard for people that don't live through that to understand, is it's a double-edged sword because it is traumatic and it F's with you a certain way mentally and emotionally. But if you can, for some of us, it starts becoming an armor where it's like, all right, I've lived through this. You're not going to say anything that's going to bother me. Like, I always attribute that to, like, growing up in an abusive house. No, nothing anybody ever said has affected me.
Oh,
because
for
I'm
sure.
like, I got it way worse at home.
For sure.
Like, you got nothing on me, I promise. Did you have to deal with that also?
Yeah, I had to realize that at a certain point. I was like, these people, like, I see these people for like 8 hours a day, and then I go home to something way worse.
Yeah.
I don't need to be worrying about what they're telling me. I could care less.
Right.
What's at home is like what's really what I need to worry about.
Yeah. I can't believe that in junior high they would talk about your parents or your siblings that young. Like, why do they even have an opinion?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I like to say my birth year, like 2006, is like the cutoff.
You know how sad it makes me that you're born in 2006?
I like to think my year is like the cutoff for like decent Gen X people, but then
all
it's like,
think that, just so you know.
But then I look at some of the people my age, and I'm just like, maybe 05, maybe 04. I don't know about me.
Yeah. Did you at least have friends also? Like, were there people that you did attach to, or do you find yourself mostly a loner?
Yes, I have 2 friends from seventh and my sophomore year, and I literally just saw them a couple days ago, and she was like, you remember we were in 7th grade and it was just us 2 together? I was like, girl, yes. I was like, yes, it's been 5 years, about to be 6, and we are still kicking.
That's good. Because I know one of the things when I had your mom on in season 1, I had asked about, because there's 6 of you.
Yes.
Which is way too many kids for anybody to have.
She's too fertile.
Bruh.
I couldn't do it.
No.
I don't want to do it.
Even the idea of 1, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Like, I think about it, and it's like, women are nurturers by nature, and it's like, I've always wanted to be a mother, but it's like, I see my siblings, and then I see how my dad was and all this other stuff, and it's like I kind of have the same mindset that you do. Like I don't want to go into parenthood unhealed.
Yeah, it's so, and I mean, it's nice in the sense that you're still incredibly young, like, because you're 19 now.
I'm about to be 19.
About to be 19, so like, I feel the same way. Where all my life, when I was young, I was like, oh, you do the stereotypical things. You find a nice girl, you settle down, you have a family. But because of my upbringing, I was like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, if there's the slightest chance I'm that guy, absolutely not. Like, luckily, I feel very comfortable, and I definitely am not that guy. But now I'm also like, it's way too late now. I can't even find a nice lady.
Yeah, and then another thing to think about is like people aren't truthful about their trauma.
Right.
People
a lot of
aren't
people
honest
don't
about
know.
their
Like,
past.
but some people are pathological, but some people just never think about it, so they have no idea. Like, a lot of people just ignore it.
Like, they just don't know it's trauma.
Exactly.
And then, like, they go and have kids, and then they do the same thing to their kids.
Yeah.
And then it's just, like...
Yeah, that's that generational trauma, which is insane. Like, I have a friend, when I started doing, like, a lot of real inner work and trying to process some of that trauma, that, like, it's important because when you do that, actually do the work, you're healing 2 generations back and 3 forward, which is huge. It's like, that's always exciting, but then I'm like, oh, but I'm not making more generations.
Yeah.
Do you, one of the things, Mom and I talked about too with, I was always curious about, and she had mentioned also, but I'd rather hear your experience, because like, it sounds like you were just bullied to be bullied. But I'm wondering, because it's more of a mixed area, but it's definitely like you said, these are white schools, and you guys, all of you are mixed. Does that make it worse or better? Because typically I've heard a lot of times where it's like, all right, you're not black enough to be with the black kids, you're not white enough to be with the white kids. You're kind of an outcast.
Yep. I don't know, honestly. For me, we do not look mixed at all. We don't look like the typical mixed kid. You see, like, air quotations, because there is no correct way to look if you're mixed.
Right.
But there is a stereotype.
Yeah.
Curly hair, a little bit darker skin than mine, and, different features.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm Hispanic or Asian. So I tend to fit in with Hispanics, and then I tend to fit in with, like, the black girls who date Hispanics. Like, there is a very big, large demographic of black women who only date Hispanic men, and I fit in with them because they think I'm Hispanic.
Right.
So it's like, it's good, and there's good and bad to it, but it's like, yeah, there's black kids I could not hang out with because I was not black enough for, and there's white kids that I was not white enough for any white kid to hang out with them, unless it was one of the, like, white trash girls that, like, listens to rap music and only dates black boys type of thing.
Right.
Those are the only type of white girls I could attract, and then they were always breaking the law, so it's like I didn't want to be friends with them anyways.
Yeah. Do you always keep your nose clean?
Oh, that's not in my playing cards. Nope. I only smoke what God provides, and this is bad enough.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I mean, like, do you get yourself into trouble?
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you were talking about, like, cocaine.
Yeah, I realized it after I said it, that it's an extremely old expression. If you get yourself in trouble with the law, did you always stay on the straight and narrow? I used another old phrase.
I didn't
Jesus
start
Christ.
getting in trouble with the law until I turned 18. I'm not gonna lie.
So just now?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. I was telling my mom, I was like, I'm gonna do all this bad shit when I'm 17, 16.
Now that you can actually go to jail and get in trouble.
Yeah, and they're not gonna catch me. I got caught with, like, somebody. He had a whole bunch of drugs in his car, and we were at a traffic stop. There was 4 cop cars. There was 4 people in the car, and I've never been more scared in my life. I have never, like, I was shaking like a leaf.
Yeah. Like,
I was high, so I was like, I couldn't, like, function I couldn't function. I didn't understand what they were telling me.
Right. So
it's just like, the person that I was with, his license was suspended.
Yeah.
He had me switch seats with him in the car. So I was the one that got.
That's stupid.
And then on top of that, I got that accident. So I have crash on my record, and then I have that ticket to pay, and then it's just like petty stuff like
Yeah.
weed and stuff, but it's like it's not illegal anymore, so
Right.
it's like they can't really do anything. I'm just 18. That's
I
the
just
only
like that
problem.
you were like, now that I'm 18, I'll start breaking the law.
I don't know where that. I don't know. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. But mostly, it seems like you like, did you do well in school? I think despite dealing with the bullying, did it affect your grades and stuff? Or you're like, I can't even get my brain on this in the first place.
I think I struggled in school because I did not have emotional support at home. Not just from my dad, but also
Sure.
from my mom. I didn't have support from anybody at home. And I do think that played a big part because I was struggling so bad with the bullying. And it's like, okay, there's bullying going on, but like I'm also struggling in school.
Right.
Like, you don't need to coddle me with the bullying, but you can help me with my schoolwork. And it's just like,
Yeah.
she's worried about protecting us from him, and she's emotionally clocked out, emotionally disassociated, so she's barely there half the time emotionally.
Yeah.
And he's not an active father to begin with. He just sits on the couch.
Right.
Or I think before he was officially gone, he would only come home on the weekends. He would only come home during the day, and he would be gone at night. I'm just like,
Do you ever wonder? So I'm interested to talk to you, especially because you're so young. Most of the people I talk to are closer to my age, where like we've had a lot of time to reflect back on our lives. So I'm curious of where you're at processing all of that, because it's still realistically new to you. Have you come to a point too where you're like, just a simple question like, why did you even have all these kids? If you like, I'm sure the plan wasn't let's neglect 6 kids, but like you could tell after the first one that you're like, this is necessarily isn't for me. Definitely not for us as a couple.
I sit and I beg my dad to tell me, why did you have all these kids, plus the 7th, if you're just gonna leave? Because I don't even think you knew about Ryan Jr.
My sister told me at some point.
Yeah.
Because I was in somewhere in between. Because you guys are all around 2 years apart. Right?
Yeah, except for the boys.
There's a jump, right?
Yeah, the boys
Between
have the
boys.
bigger jump.
That's because there's you, and then your sisters 2, and then another girl's 2. I only know them by numbers because your mom talks about them in numbers.
Yeah, there's the 19-year-old, and then there's the 17-year-old,
That's right.
and then there's the 15-year-old.
You've got an official name now. You're old enough to get a name now. And Camilla only has a name because
she's a tyrant.
because she's a tyrant.
Because she's known Illinois wide.
She is known Illinois wide. Yeah. Well, she ran away for 4 months. That's crazy. 5 months, per near.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's kind of the flip side too. Is like you kind of, as the oldest, I gotta presume that a lot of times you felt like mom.
Always.
Which is like it's reality. It is what it is. That sucks, and nobody wants to put that on their kids. But also, like,
I guarantee she feels that way, but I tell her all the time, I love helping you out.
Sure.
I love taking care of my siblings, and I love, like, feeling like a family. Because as soon as my dad left, the sense of family was gone. But now that, like, as much as I help out, I feel like a second parent, and I love that feeling because they love me.
Yeah.
And I loved feeling loved because all I had growing up was my dad being my dad, and then my mom being mentally checked out.
Yeah. Do you ever ask yourself too, like, is there ever a time when they were happy? 'Cause it's almost like
I do. I really do.
Unfortunately, you look at certain relationships and you're like, that's what they thought was normal, like, and that's what they thought they deserved for so long. Like, I know your mom's in a much better place now.
I don't know what she thought she deserved because her parents loved each other.
Yeah.
And there was one, like, he had like she had a half brother in between like the siblings and stuff, and there was that, but like he was there for them. He loved them. Like, he loved his kids.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm just like, Mom, why did you settle for less? Like,
Right.
why did you have to go through this to learn you deserve more?
Yeah. I think sometimes, unfortunately, not just women, all of us in general, we can get into this idea where it's like we presume because we put in time this other person owes us, and eventually they're gonna catch on. It's like it's not coming.
I always thought that I was at fault. Like, me being born was like almost like a burden to her, because she thought if she left, I would be growing up in a broken home.
Yeah.
Look where I'm at now.
Right.
Y'all divorced in the middle of my high school, time. Like,
Yeah.
I was a sophomore, about to be a junior, and they got a divorce.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, and she was worried about that when I was a baby. I wouldn't have remembered that. I very much would have appreciated if she left him when I was younger, so I wouldn't have to go through that age, that old, especially with all my siblings too.
Yeah, I've had that conversation with my mom too, because there was a particular time when I was really young, when she packed us in the car and was like, "I'm done, I'm out." But my older brother, so he's 8 years older than me, was like really upset and like, "Please don't go," because he's from my dad's first marriage. So he's like, "Please don't go." Like, basically, not in any kind of malicious way, but just wanted his family to stay together, and she decided to stay. Because I'm like, it's a tough call when you're living it, real tough call when you're living it. But I'm always one for, like, if you're feeling any kind of way, it's time to go. Like, in the long run, it's going to be healthier for the children. Because it's the same thing where it's like, and she worked nights, so she had no idea about what we were dealing with every time she would go to work. So you can look back and be like, I'm not mad at you about it, but like...
And for some odd reason, the abuse would always happen at night.
Yeah.
Like, it's always at night. Like, why not do it while mom is around?
Right.
Show her how you really act.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that.
That's the thing. It becomes, are they going to even believe you? Because I know for me, I ended up turning inward a lot and being like, all right, these are the adults that claim they love me, and they're acting like this. I better shut up about everything and not talk to anybody. And to this day, adults make me uncomfortable.
There's like so many times where we would come up to my mom and just tell her about the abuse we endured from my dad, and she just would be shocked because she never knew about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even that she wouldn't have believed us. We just felt so like silenced by him that we could not go to her and talk to her. And she, like, her heart broke when she heard half the stuff that he did to my sisters and me.
Yeah. I think it's tough, too, now that you guys are growing up also. It's like everybody's dealing with that in a different way. Like, you seem like you're pretty much accepting reality for what it is. Like, all right, if he's not around, he's not around. That's his choice.
I told him a few days ago, lose my number.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I have a really dark sense of humor. I can't help but laugh at tragic things.
I called him a dope fiend who couldn't accept or take accountability for ruining people's lives, and I told him to take a hike and lose my number, and I blocked him. I'm gonna get a restraining order if he keeps trying to contact me.
Yeah. Well, like you just said, you just were joking about Camilla being a tyrant. She's dealing with it in a very different way.
She takes it out on everybody. Like,
right.
I don't know what, like, I think she thinks like my mom. Like, my mom, she's not a big fan of physical affection because my dad would abuse her. So when we try to hug her, she's a little shaken up by it. Yeah. So I have to be careful.
I don't like people in my space either.
We have to, like, calmly and carefully approach her.
Yeah.
And, like, I think my sister is like that, so she sees my dad in each and every single one of us in different ways. Yeah. So she takes it out on all of us. And, like, that's where the problem is. You need to separate us from dad. We're not dad. Right. But she's acting the most like him. She's being abusive. She's being explosive. She's being just downright scary. Like, she's scary. That's the only way I can put it. And it's like, that's not how you get better from what happened to us.
Right. We're
all healing in different ways, but it's not as destructive as Camila is healing, or so-called healing, because that is not healing.
Yeah, I don't know if she's in a space of healing yet. I think she wants to be.
I think she really does, but it's like she doesn't No, she doesn't know how to get there, and she doesn't want to take the help to get there.
Well, I think she wants to be in control.
Yes.
But when like, not to be a dick, but when you're 17 and just have an overabundance of feelings,
They don't want to listen
way,
to me. I
right.
lived that life.
Right.
I'm about to be 19 years old. I am your older sister. Take it from me.
Sure.
Boys aren't worth it. Drugs aren't worth it. Girls aren't worth it. Nothing is worth your school, your education, your family, and loving yourself.
Yeah.
That is everything when you were that age. And I wish I had an older sister to tell me that.
Yeah.
But I am the older sister that they have, so I have to tell them that.
Right.
And all I can do is hope and pray that they listen. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's what I've always tried to. The best I can do is set an example by walking the walk. I cannot control what, like, Sarah's my younger sister. Like, I've never been in control of what she does. I can only set an example of this is what I've done.
I could only imagine being an older brother to a sister.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I can't, cause it's like, I don't know how to like be with the boys, cause it's like I'm a girl, but it's like I'm not a girl. Like I'm a beat your ass while I cry girl.
Well, that's my sister. And I'm not much of a boy.
Yeah, it's like my dad's not around to be boys with them, so it's like I gotta teach them how to be boys. So it's like I kind of lose pieces of my feminism doing that, and it's like I don't know. I'm basically like the brother sister.
Yeah. Well, it's tough too because you start making presumptions and assuming things, like even just in what we were just talking about, like the generalization of the boy that's like it's just about being tough and fighting, which is only half of what being a man is about.
Definitely.
You know?
I let them know all the time. If you need to cry it out. But if we're going to talk about why you needed to cry, we're going to talk about if you felt better or if what we need to do to feel better. Yeah. I give them grace because they were not given grace as babies, and that is heartbreaking. Like, Braylon and Brendan have seen so much, and Braylon's only 11.
Yeah.
He's about to be in middle school, and like it makes me so proud of him to see him go to middle school with everything he's seen in his life.
Yeah.
Especially with Camila, especially with my dad.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know, like those boys are so like they're so little, but they seen so much, and it's like they don't need to be tough. They were tough during those moments.
Right.
You can let your guard down. You can cry. You can hurt. And, like, I want to let them know that that's okay. And that's, like, my job as a sister. But it's, like, he doesn't do that as a father. So it's, like, I can only do so much.
Right.
And then my mom, she can only do so much because she's got 6 kids.
Right.
So
she's got to keep food on the table, money coming in.
She's telling this girl to leave this boy alone. She's telling this girl to do her laundry. She's telling this boy to stop doing this, and it's like it's a free for all. It's like it's a zoo, and it's like that's where I have to come in and be the bigger sister / second parent and kind of like bring everything together for her and calm everything down for her to get everything right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you feel like you lost a bit of your childhood, though, because of that?
A little bit, but...
Like, you've already said you love your family, and I think it's a role that you, to at least to an extent, you enjoy doing.
Yeah,
but still.
I had to grow up. Like, I had to be mentally grown at a very young age, and I don't really like that, but...
Yeah, by the time you're 6, you've got 2 little sisters, right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, but I think I was taking care of kids by the time I was like 8. I was helping out, changing diapers, feeding babies by the time I was 8.
Yeah.
And since then, like, I grew up in my head.
Right.
And I'm not mad at it, but it's like, I do wish I had more time to go out and be with my friends and go out and have fun and go out and do these events in high school. But my dad wasn't there, so I'd have to come home and help with my mom. But I don't regret that.
Right.
Because friends come and go. Family is forever. And it's like, I do hope. Those boys.
I'm amazed that you've been able to hold on to your sense of family I think maybe because you're so involved has helped you. Because like family makes me so uncomfortable.
My immediate family is all I have.
Right. And
I don't even have my mom's side of the family.
Yeah, and I push the idea away so much because I'm like, it just makes me uncomfortable. I'm lucky that I have a very close, huge group of friends that have always been family for me. And I'm close to my sister, but like, it's different. Like, the idea of when I see a healthy, functional family, I'm like, ugh, that seems weird.
It low-key makes me jealous.
Really?
Yeah, like, I'm just like, why couldn't that be me? Like, why don't I
Yeah.
deserve that? But then it's like, everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
Like, I'm strong as freak because of that.
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I can't really complain.
Yeah. I think that's the flip side to it is, have you come to a point in your life where you've had this thought of, like, when you've lived the lives that we've lived, you eventually see two paths. And you're like, okay, I can take responsibility for myself and I can move forward and not feel sorry for myself, or I can wallow in this and just let it eat away at me for the rest of my life. Have you come to a point like that yet?
Kind of, like...
Did I just ruin it for you?
I don't know. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Like, a big struggle, like a big problem I have is like relationships, like seeing my worth in relationships and stuff. And it's because I was always trying to please my dad.
Sure.
I was always trying to make sure he wasn't trying to bite my head off. I was always trying to make sure the house was clean, dishes were done, all of that. So it's like when I'm in a relationship, I don't give myself grace to make mistakes.
Right.
And my partner is always like, well, you're human. You're going to make mistakes. And it's like, well, I wasn't allowed to make mistakes growing up. So you have to let me, like, you have to give me time to, like, see that. Like, you have to give me time to see that it's okay to make mistakes. Because, like, I wasn't allowed to make mistakes as a kid. I wasn't allowed to be, you know, imperfect. I had to be hands behind your back. House has to be clean and everything once dad steps in the door.
Right, which sucks. Like, and I'm not making excuses by any means. But the way we were raised was very different like that, where I've been very outspoken about the abusive house I've grown up in. I know his was the same, if not worse. So
I don't know. He says that he would say that Gary and Terry would like beat him, but I would talk to Terry and it would never be beating. It would be a consequence. It's never like abuse.
Sure. Well, I guess it depends on what you consider abuse. I couldn't imagine hitting my kids in general over anything.
I mean, maybe like a smack on the hands or like a little like flick on like the mouth or something, but like that's it, and like not babies, like nothing little.
We used to get whipped with belts.
Yeah, belts, hangers. His hands are like, he's a construction worker,
right? So
he's got like rough hands, and he would just beat us, and it's just like. It would sting. It would burn, but worse than a belt. Yeah. And it's like you think like a black mom would hit you with all these objects.
Stereotypically.
And it's my dad.
Yeah.
It's my white father hitting me with, and he's hitting his daughters.
Right.
That's where my problem is. Like, I can see if it's your sons making a mistake and you're giving them a little tap. But, like, you're beating your daughters.
Yeah, nobody should put their hands on anybody.
But, like, that's my problem. You're a man beating your daughters. I can see if you have your wife discipline them, but it's like, that set me up to think that abuse is love.
Well,
and,
right,
like,
exactly. Like, how he sees, now you have to go out into the world.
Yes, I'm making mistakes, and you're putting your hand on me for making mistakes and not giving me grace to make my mistakes.
Right.
I'm going to think that I have to be perfect in this world.
Yeah. That's going to carry over to something as simple as schoolwork, any kind of relationship. Like, have you come to a point where you're able to have a healthy relationship?
No.
Right.
Yeah, my mom, I think
you'll be okay because I got bad news. I also am waiting on a healthy relationship.
I think my first abusive relationship was my sophomore year of high school, and he was literally punching me in my mouth, pushing me into walls, and my mom saw how like shaken up I would be when I came home, and that relationship was her green light to leave my dad.
Yeah. Well, right, because she's living through the same thing, but
She's like, why am I telling my daughter to leave this man that's putting her hands
Right.
on her when I'm letting a man put his hands on me?
yeah,
I said, you're right. You sound kind of slow. Why don't you fix that? No shame to my mom, but it's just like,
no, I got you.
she's sitting here telling me not to like
Yeah.
take this from men, but it's like she took it from my dad for so long. So
Yeah.
it's like, what do
The
you
fact that
expect?
even the green light went off at all is huge. Like, that's good.
Yes.
Does it feel like it's gotten or is getting better over the? I know it's been a very short time, realistically, but does it seem like it's skewing in the correct direction?
As soon as he left, it was better. Like,
You
as
feel
soon as he was gone.
You feel like I don't, this is morbid, but after my dad died, I feel like me and my sister were both like such a weight off the shoulders.
That's kind of how it was when he left. Like, we could make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because my mom.
You could breathe again. It wasn't
Yes.
like tight all the time.
Like, my mom did not care. She can, like, we can make all these mistakes we could, and she just said, it's okay. You're human.
Well, she's got grace.
She does, and I love my mom for
Yeah.
that. Like, she gives me grace to make.
I think I often wonder too,
mistakes.
because she's walked her path with the decisions she's made, and maybe the quote unquote mistakes that she's made or things that she might do differently, probably led to her feeling that's all she was worth for so long. To then be able to turn around and look at all you kids and be like, no, this is not enough. And I feel like she's finally in a healthy relationship, which is huge. So, yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, my stepdad, he treats her pretty good.
You call him your stepdad?
Yeah, he does.
He seems like a good dude.
He does way
He's a
more than
handsome
he
man
needs
also.
to. I don't know about that. He looks like Drake.
It'd be weird if you know what? That's funny, like an old Drake.
Yes, he looks like Drake. Fast forward like 50 years if he had some height to him.
That's
But yeah, he's cool. He does way more than he needs to, and we thank thank all of our lucky stars for him.
See, like even that is like that's amazing. But doesn't it kind of fuck you up too? Then when you think about it, you're like, this complete stranger, came into my life and has done more for me on this level. Like, and then it almost makes you sad again, where you're like, this complete stranger was able to fill this void to an extent, and then it just makes you sad again that Buddy could never get his shit together.
No.
No, that's
no,
good. That's
because if he I had to look at it, Ryan doesn't love himself. So if he can't love himself first, he can't love my mom and he can't love his kids. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't look at it in any type of way, cuz I'm an amazing person. I think I'm pretty cool.
And humble.
And my my mom's boyfriend came into our lives and he loved us from the jump. All 6 of her kids.
Right.
Especially Camila. Even Camila. And it's like the short span of time he knew us compared to my dad taking time to make us, it's a reflection of him and his character.
Yeah.
Cuz his name is Jeremy. He's very grounded. He's very humble. He knows he's been through life. He's older than my dad. I think he's like 50. So he's been through life, and like he gives his insight and stuff, and he's got kids of his own. So I think that's another thing. His kids are old.
Right.
And all of my mom's kids are young, so it's like he gets to feel all that love all over again. He gets to experience the elementary school, middle school, high school all over again, because his youngest just graduated high school before me. Right. So I think that's another part of it. Like, he gets to see how kids grow up and stuff again.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
Because with Brendan, oh my God, him and Brendan like best friends.
Yeah.
Like, he'll go to the park and play basketball with him. He'll buy shoes for him. He'll do this and that for him. It's like, like, why? I was like, why couldn't Ryan do this? But then it's like, because he's Ryan.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the things too is when we were kind of setting this up, I'm like, and I said before we got on, I'm like, I'm nervous to do this episode, and also I'm like, you know, you're 18. What are we gonna talk about? Realistically, we've kind of come up very similarly, and stuff like that. So I think we have a lot. We can trauma bond, but then also like you're at such a a better point than I was at that age. Like I was still mad. At 18, I was still mad. And so that's amazing. That's awesome.
I've also been forced to go through like, I think, 5 years of therapy.
Yeah. Do you feel forced? Like,
She forced me.
yeah, but like, do you find it beneficial?
No, because I switched therapists like 3 or 4 times throughout those years,
Really?
and like it's just like just
It's all the same shit, right?
just retelling my trauma. It's just
Yeah.
like how are you gonna what are you gonna do better than the last person?
Yeah.
And what I found better is like I don't need therapy. I need to invest in myself. Like I
Yeah.
need to do better myself. Talking to somebody and paying them to listen to me is not going to make me better. I need to take the steps myself to be better. I need to do stuff to get my health better. I need to do stuff to get my mental health better. And
Right.
talking to somebody and just telling them what's wrong in my life and them giving me like potential solutions, that's not
Well,
good.
they want to give you a diagnosis and put you in a box or give you some
They're
fancy.
so quick to put me on some pills. Like,
Right, exactly. Like, and that sucks. Like, cause that's I do life coaching. This is the building I work at. But it's so different because like I'm huge on conversation. Like I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to live your life, but I want to have a real conversation about what you're going through, because I personally believe that a lot of the stuff becomes easier or lighter when you realize that you're not alone.
I was so excited when my mom had texted me last night. She was like, Tim is ready to do the I was like, oh my God, finally. I was with my boyfriend. He was like, oh, he's like, you're finally going to do your podcast. I was telling him about it.
Yeah.
He's like, you're finally going to do your podcast. I was like, I've already, like, he's like, do you think it's going to be like therapy? I was like, no, but I know I'm going to feel like a different type of healed
Yeah.
from this than therapy because you're listening to what I have to say. Like nobody's asked these type of questions in my life and just genuinely sat down and listened to what I went through.
Yeah.
And I genuinely feel like after we get up from this, I will feel like a different type of healed. And I just want to thank you in advance for that because like when I feel healed, it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, cause I've already been through so much and I'm
Right.
so young.
Yeah.
And it's like to break past that and like move forward in life, it feels so refreshing because I'm not, no offense, but it's like I'm not old yet. I'm not older. So it's like I still have time to like grow.
You can still
have
correct the ship.
Yes, I still have time to like fix this stuff and
Yeah.
like get it on track.
I mean, it sounds like you're already on an amazing path, and I appreciate that also because that's what I try to bring to my life coaching also, is I believe the power of conversation, in like because I feel like now I'm not saying every therapist, but I feel like when you talk to a therapist, it's almost like they're listening for keywords. They're not listening. They're listening for triggers and keywords. And all right, where can I insert pills, or where can I insert a simple diagnosis, or oh, that's just a trauma talking. Like no, I'll sit with you on the floor. Tell me, I've been through enough. Like let's get into it. Let's
That's why I
figure it
like
out,
children's
and let's move
therapists,
forward.
like pediatric therapists.
Yeah.
They act like they'll. I remember I think it was when Camila, she started therapy before me because she was showing signs of the mental issues before I was. And I remember sitting in on her sessions and like I remember how her therapist would talk to her and she would actually listen to what Camila was telling her. She would listen to the stuff about my dad. She would listen to the stuff about what was going on at school. And like I wish I could find that lady. But it's like she would she would actually she would literally sit on the floor with us and play with us and just hear us and not even try to give any solution.
Right.
Like I think therapists need to be like that. Like children therapists need to be therapists. Like you just need to hear what people go through. Like they just need to get it off their chest. No one no, you don't always need to give a solution. You don't always need to give like a answer. Sometimes people just need to be heard, and that's it.
That's huge for me too. Like even in a relationship, I've always run into issues where like I'll feel some sort of way, and I'm like, hey, this just happened. Like you just did this, and I'm like, I don't need a solution. I'm not even mad at you. Like you didn't do anything wrong. This is just how I feel about what just happened, and that's it. but like everybody wants to be like, oh, or screw that, or how can I fix it, or however they're gonna react. I'm like, it doesn't require a reaction, dude. Like, just want you to hear that I felt something, and I'm ready to move on. And I feel like that's hard for people to grasp.
Yeah, I think like being like not able to feel for so long, now I feel too hard.
Yeah.
So I get really, really worked up about stupid stuff. And my boyfriend, he'll ask me, he's like, "You're getting worked up again."
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you want a problem, or do you want a solution to this problem, or do you want comfort?"
Right.
And I'll tell him I want a solution or I want comfort.
I'm almost crying. I'm so excited for you kids. that conversation that 18-year-olds are having makes me so happy. Do you want a solution
me
or
and
comfort?
My boyfriend have been through a lot.
Yeah.
And
But like we said, there's two roads diverge, and you guys are on a much healthier path than you could be.
Yeah, we've been on and off for almost 3 years now.
That's crazy.
So we're high school sweethearts.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's good though, because you guys have evolved together. Then also.
Yeah, I have hurt him.
Yeah.
Pretty bad in the past.
I hear it's been off and on for 3 years.
Yeah, I've hurt him pretty bad, but
yeah.
He's my rock. I love him more than anything, so he keeps me grounded.
Yeah. That's good. Do you go to college after high school? I mean, I know after that was literally just a few weeks ago. No, you don't have any
School
plans?
was not my thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Because I have been talking because like, I do find certain things in life very fascinating, and I do want to know why.
Sure.
But that requires school.
Right.
So...
It's actually making me uncomfortable how similar you and I are.
So it's like, it kind of...
I never went to school, but I love learning.
Yes, so it's like, it's kind of trying to like force me into school almost. But it's like, I have to find something that is suitable for me.
Yeah.
Suitable for my accommodations. Because I had an IEP in high school.
Sure.
So I have like, I think they like an emotional disability. Mm-hmm. I can't properly form relationships with people in the world.
Yeah.
That's what... And it's like, I think that's what it's categorized as. They categorize it as emotional disturbance. Mm-hmm. And I never got out of that, like, number range from high school. Because they evaluated me, and I never got out of it.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to follow me to college, but I never went to college. So it's like, that's where I need to, like, do my research and stuff. Because I can't sit in a regular classroom and learn like a regular kid. I need extra support. I need extra hands-on experience, because that's how I got through high school. I got my IEP in high school. That's when they learn.
That's late to get it too.
Yeah, that's like, I was struggling bad, and then they were like, maybe let's try this, and they were like, oh, here's the problem. I was like, this late.
Right. And now that it doesn't matter, thanks.
Yeah, but it's like, I really do think I could go back to school.
Is there something that's kind of pulling you, like, career-wise or just knowledge-wise?
Knowledge-wise, definitely outside and the sky. I sit and I stare at the sky for like 2-3 hours on end at night. Yeah. And like, when I go on walks with my mom, I'm just like, what's this? What's that? What's this? She's like, weren't you in botany? I'm just like, yeah, but it's like, we learned plant structures. We learned how stuff is like...
She means horticulture.
Yeah, I was like, girl, what is that? Like, what type of flower is that? What type of plant is that? Like, what type of bug is that type of thing? And it's like, I think I just need to go to school for it, because it's like, I always had that mindset that my mommy knows everything. Mommy has the answers to everything, but it's like... Sure. Now I'm an adult. I have to find the answers for myself. I can't I do want to hold her hand for the rest of my life, but I can't. And it's
in
like...
a different sense.
Yes, I have to break away and learn for myself. So, I mean, I feel like I will find my type of schooling that's what's right for me. And I do want to, like... I think she says, like, ecosystems, maybe? I don't know. But, like, definitely... outside in the sky for sure.
There's so many things you could do in that too. Like, that's awesome. Like, there's vast amounts of directions to go.
Yeah, but like, career wise,
when you say the sky, what do you mean?
Like space.
Now,
like,
we talked about space off the air, and Cause I'm wearing Star Wars socks. My socks are TIE fighter pilots. And you said you don't like Star Wars. Or you can't get into it.
I don't know. I don't get it. I like the I don't know how to explain it. Like
Is that the actual drama? It's less about space and more about the drama of these 5 people. And you just find
yeah,
out.
I don't care for that. I care about space. Like I want to know what that constellation is.
Yeah.
I want to know what that random moving object is.
Is there other things that you do watch that you love that are space?
There's this one. I watch a lot of documentaries.
That's awesome.
I think it's called Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch, yeah.
And then there's like other ones with like UFOs and stuff. I like those because it's like there's actual scientific proof, and there's evidence in the documentaries, and it's a documentary. It's not gonna steer me wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like there's actual proof that these things are like living, but it's like it just looks weird in Star Wars and like stuff like that. Like it's just I don't know.
Definitely when you get home, look for Interstellar, because Interstellar is incredible.
I definitely will. Because it's like, I do believe in other life forms.
Sure.
I'm not sure what I saw the other night. I don't know if it was it was literally, I thought it was a star.
Yeah.
But it was just trailing across the sky in just like a straight line. It was like
That's that thing Elon Musk sent in the sky.
That's not an airplane.
He put it in the sky. He shot a bunch of annoying stuff into space, and now it orbits around.
Who?
Elon Musk.
He needs to
stop.
Go somewhere.
It's tough because I'm like, is this guy an evil villain or is he?
He's an evil villain.
Because he walks that line. Because some of the stuff he does, I really like.
He's an antagonist.
Yeah, but like some of his technology pushes are amazing, and other things he does, I'm like, what is that? I hate
Teslas.
You said what?
I hate Teslas.
Yeah, but like what he's done with SpaceX is pretty impressive.
I haven't really got into. I don't know. I can't get behind him.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I can't.
He's a polarizing character.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know if it's like if minority's a bad term. As like a minority woman in this world, I can't get behind anybody like that.
Like what?
Like, he's best friends with Trump.
Oh,
that's my thing.
Yeah.
Like if. I don't know, cause
he's not anymore. As of yesterday, he's pretty pissed off at Trump.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Trump's. We don't get into politics, but like.
I'm a little late into that because I just seen he pardoned some. The only thing I saw recently about Trump is him pardoning some rappers or like.
He's pardoning a bunch of criminals.
Yeah, that gang leader. He had a life sentence. I was like, he's in there for life for a reason.
Right.
His it doesn't need to be commuted or anything.
Yeah, it's all. I'm just trying to get through it. I'm worried about what the country's gonna look like when this is over.
I'm just trying to get to 2026. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, we'll see. It feels grim, unfortunately.
We just need to. I just make it year by year at this point.
Yeah.
Cause I don't.
A lot of it's day by day. I feel like every day I'm like,
pretty much.
What did he do today?
It's a new thing on Twitter. It's a new headline every day. Trump, this, and this law, or he's banning this, or he's revoking this. And it's like, what? Like, what else can you take away from? Like, what else can you take away from us other than our bare necessities? Because eventually we're gonna be stripped of that, and then it's gonna be no more America.
Yeah, it's almost like that's the plan, is just to tear it down. Which is, I didn't think it would go this way, but you know, it's ridiculous.
I think there was people like getting excited about him pardoning that rapper, and that rapper dedicated like a whole tour to him. It's like a homage to Trump. I'm just like, but he's literally revoking, taking away people's health care, taking away people's literally right to live, and you're giving him applause for pardoning someone from prison that deserved to be there because he's a threat to society.
Yeah, it's something else. Like, I can't believe
concepts just aren't a thing anymore.
Well, it's wild because it's like when somebody says, "All right, I believe this," and you're like, "All right, I don't have a problem with that. But attached to that is a bunch of other bullshit that I do have a problem with. And somewhere along, like, I don't mind arguing politics, actual politics. Like, we have budgets. What are we doing with them? What are we going after politically? Like,
Yeah,
what's
not
important
like
to the country?
this person, that
Human
person.
rights are not a political debate. And that's not, and I don't know how that's snuck in there. Human rights are just that, human rights. There's not a debate to be had.
I literally sit and watch these debates about human rights all the time, and it's just like, people are so dumb sometimes, and it just makes me so mad. Like,
Yeah.
People don't know what human rights are. Literally your rights to live,
Yeah.
your rights to talk, your rights to walk, your rights to be here as a human. And he's trying to take those away, and nobody realizes the bigger problem.
Right. It's always tough for me too when I see, like, when you get behind a guy like that. I feel like a lot of people have never dealt with losing those rights or having anything infringed upon them. But I feel like it make it even more infuriating. Like, like, you've dealt with racism in your life. Most of us like, I'm a middle-aged white man. I wouldn't even recognize it if I saw it. Like, honestly, like, I wouldn't. It wouldn't trigger in my... Because I actually had this happen. So I'm a bus monitor. And, like, my second day on the job, the schools up in DeKalb were wild. And I had
I believe it.
Like, I had this 12-year-old black girl get in my face and was like, I hate white people.
They are like that.
I made a joke immediately because it didn't even register to me that it was a race thing because I've never dealt with that. So I was like, is it because we smell like wet dog when it rains? Which I thought was hilarious.
My mom, she hates when I say those jokes.
So funny.
Right? She doesn't get it, though. I'm just like, girl, I got to get out the rain. I'm going to smell like wet dog in the next 5 minutes. She's like, get out of here. You're half black, child.
Do you have to deal with that?
I don't know. I never.
You half smell like a wet dog?
I don't know. I asked her. She's like, you smell wet. And it's like, but is there dog to it?
Right.
I got to ask.
But she didn't laugh at all, obviously. But I'm like, oh, that was... I feel like Dave Chappelle in an old stand-up that you probably never heard of. When he's like, God damn, that was racist. But I can't believe that any minorities would back a guy like that. It just seems counterproductive. Like, when you've walked where you've walked and this guy's, like, making it worse. And you're like, I don't know, I still like him. What?
I don't, like, there's definitely bad in all races.
Sure.
But I do feel
some people just suck.
Yeah. But, like, I do feel like a lot of innocent white people do receive a lot of backlash for what bad white people do in the world, and it's not fair to them.
Yeah.
Like, my dad, he's racist, but he has a fetish for black women.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Lots to unpack there.
That's what it is. He has a fetish for black women, and his fetish got caught up with him. He now has 6 half-black kids, and he shames his half-black kids. He calls us ghetto trash. He talks about the way we talk. He talks about the way we wear our hair. He talks about the way we dress. And it's like people like him are the reason why innocent people like you receive backlash. And it's like, it's not fair.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me because I don't like white people either. Like,
I'm not the biggest fan. There's definitely some very good white people out there. Definitely.
There's like you said, it's
like,
people. That's less about race and more about people in general.
It's hard to believe it though when Ryan's half of the family is Ryan's half of the family. Not just Gary. Terry as well has their own problems.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't just say, it's just, I don't know. It's really just,
Yeah. It's a tough line I presume, to live through, really.
Yeah, it really is.
I couldn't imagine, like we talked earlier too about it, like it creates that armor for outside the house, but how tragic is it to
pick between your black and white family on holidays?
Yeah.
There was one holiday, I think we went, we were not even related to these people. It was a girlfriend of Gary's. Her name was Michelle. She had like shorter hair. I don't know if you ever met her or anything.
I know Michelle.
Yeah, we apparently like her and Sandra. I don't.
Sandra's her daughter.
Yeah, her and Ryan played hockey together or whatever. I was like, okay, but these aren't family. Like, we don't know these people. Like, we would spend Thanksgiving with my mom's family because my grandpa was sick.
Right.
And one year he forced us to go to Sandwich to Michelle. And, like, I was like, white people make chicken on Thanksgiving? They had like 3 different chickens in the. I was like, I want to go to grandma's house,
Right.
and I felt bad because I was like, I don't know these people. Like, Thanksgiving is a family holiday, and it's like nobody here is family.
Yeah.
And it's like I almost felt bad because it's like I didn't want to be there, but like that's people my dad grew up around. But it's like he never brought us around his family growing up, so it's not like we're gonna be comfortable with these people. We were around Terry's family when we had a Christmas Eve celebration. We went to the hall.
Right.
That's what it was. It was the hall. And they would get gifts for all the little kids, and there would be food, and it would be everybody. And it was okay. Like, we knew them. I was a little weirded out because, like, I didn't see them that often. But they were still family. I still knew Aunt Helen. I still knew these people. And they were nice to my mom.
Yeah.
Gary's side of the family, that's where it's like, I don't know if it's, like, because she was black or what, because like they just never liked my mom.
I always wonder that too, and I don't want to get into specifics either. I don't know if it's how they met, or if it's.
They never told me that story.
I figured they did, and that's why I didn't.
Like, they
just
never
blurt it
told me
out.
how they introduced their family. Like, I know how they met. They try to tell me that they met at a library. I'm just like, I know how stupid my dad is. And I know how turnt my mom was at the age she was. So they did not meet at a library. They met at a strip club.
Right.
And I know that's how they met. But I don't know how, like, families and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
that
feel like
went.
that kind of a meeting will put a
Yeah,
stereotype
I do
in
think
your
about
brain,
it now.
right?
I didn't. Yeah, now I think about it.
So it's like, oh, okay, is this even a real relationship? Which has always bothered me because your mom is amazing, highly intelligent, well educated, like, and a normal functioning person.
Literally.
Like, not to be weird, but like anybody you'll find in a strip club. Let's not be judgmental.
Yeah, it's
dicks.
like they're trying to say like women that strip don't have morals.
Right.
Like my mom, she might have been a stripper when she was that age. She makes 6 figures now and works for the state now.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, can they really say like, oh, we didn't think it wasn't going to be anything serious.
Yeah.
They had 6 kids together.
Right.
And you guys were still being dickheads while they were having kids.
Yeah. I will vouch for Michelle and Sandra because I grew up with them also.
Michelle was always nice to us.
Michelle's great.
I don't really know Sandra, but she was really tomboyish when I met her.
She's actually doing amazing things right now. She still plays hockey, and she's part of an international team.
Really?
Yeah, she gets to travel around and do really cool stuff.
That's cool. I wish I
know her brother Daniel
like that.
does NASCAR out in California.
With Ashley.
Yeah.
I still have she gave us all Barbie dolls that one year. I still have my Barbie doll in my closet.
That's awesome. Yeah, because Michelle's brother Bill is my Uncle Bill, and he was amazing. He's no longer with us, but he was amazing. So those are the only ones I can vouch for. But yeah, it's crazy to think of, like, again, you're still trying to find your place in the world of already being pulled in 2 directions. It realistically feels like one's comforting and then one's abusive, and then you're being taken to more of that. Like, that's crazy. It's amazing to come out as well adjusted as you have.
We were so far from my mom's family, like it almost felt like he was trying to keep us away from them.
Yeah.
In a sense, like he was like everybody was out in Aurora, and we were 45 minutes away in Addison, and he moved us out there. Like, I liked it out there, don't get me wrong, but like he moved us out there. He would have to move us because of his work. So he was keeping us away from the family that we felt safe with, the family that we knew growing up.
Yeah.
Because as soon as, like, fresh out of the wuss, my grandma was there for all of us. She was in the delivery room with all of us, and she's been taking care of us since then. She really just took me to get some blood work done the other day.
Yeah.
And it's like, he would move us so far away from them, and it took away so much valuable time.
Yeah.
I think this 4th of July is going to be the 6th year anniversary of my grandfather passing away.
Man, has it already been 6 years?
Yes,
wow.
it has. And it's like, I do kind of feel regret from all the time that I did not have to spend with him, because
you put that on yourself? I mean,
not him, but I am mad at him. I'm
right.
mad at him
right.
for moving us so far away and
yeah.
This, like, in a sense, taking us away from our family.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's all spiderweb of narcissism is isolation, right?
Yeah, that's
you
what
have
she
to count
says.
on me type of attitude. Everything, you can only get whatever you need through me, or you don't get it, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sucks. He's trash.
What do you think? Well, what are we gonna do going forward? Like, is it things are slowly getting better, or like you set your boundaries at least, which is great and healthy. But I feel like now is the time where there's nothing to do but move forward and see some positive growth. What does that look like? Do you hope?
Definitely learning how to love properly and accept love properly. Like, right now I feel like I have to do something in order to receive love, and it doesn't have to be sexual. It's like taking care of somebody to be loved, or making them something to eat to be loved, and it's like that's
like you find your value, like you have to earn your value.
Yes, and
you know what your love language is?
I think it's physical affection and gift
Maybe acts
giving.
of service.
Yeah, definitely acts of service. I'm very big on, like, oh, do you need me to do this for you? Do you need that? Is that taken care of? Or
so that's what yours is. What do you need back then? Have you figured that out yet?
I need physical affection, because like, I cannot be hugged by my father. My dad would not hug me.
Yeah.
And when he did, it's like, it would be forced, or it would be like, not a real hug.
Yeah.
And like, you can tell when a hug is real and when it's not. And it's like, now I need physical affection more than anything.
Yeah.
Because my mom is still trying to heal from that abuse from my dad. So it's not like I can go and, Mommy, give me a hug. Because it's like...
And I don't want to put words in her mouth by any means, but it's got to eat her up emotionally to want to love on you kids, but literally seeing him in each one of you.
Yes, and I hate that for her.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like, I do think about that sometimes, and I do give her space because of that. And it's like, I don't want to give her too much space, thinking like, oh, she doesn't want to be around me.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to traumatize you. I don't want to, like, further extend that trauma than it's already been.
Right.
I want you to be better. And if me giving you space for this much time, or just backing out for a little bit every now and then, if that's what it's got to be, then so be it. Because I want my mom to be 100%. And I literally can only imagine how it feels to have 6 of him. Yeah. Not just 1, 6.
Right.
And Camila at that. Like, she's like a spitting image of Ryan. Mm-hmm. And it scares all of us. Like, she's a danger to all of us.
Right.
And it's like, we don't know what to do.
I feel like I have sympathy is not the right word. I have the most empathy for her. Only, and that's not to discount what the rest of you have gone through or where you're all at, but it's just because the way she's processing it is the most self-destructive and outwardly destructive, and there's not like
she's blind to it.
It's so well, right? Because you can't tell her. She has to eventually see it on her own, and she might, like we talked about, 2 paths. The other path is to stay destructive and feel sorry for yourself. And that might be the way she goes, and that sucks. But somebody's not going to save her. She's going to eventually want to be better, and then she'll slowly start listening to somebody.
It just takes longer than...
Exactly. And you just hope that she makes it through that. Because that's insane, like, that she just disappears for 5 months at a time.
Yeah, and it's like, it's crazy that somebody would like keep her not in like any type of like way, but it's like
Right.
all her mental health like
Yeah.
she's explosive. That's what
Right.
I'm saying. So it's like I can only imagine how she was acting in that household when she was not getting her way.
It messes me up too to think that, because your mom had mentioned that she ends up with these older men,
Yes,
like in their 40s,
way older.
which like it's such an easy connection to make.
It hurts me.
Yeah, that's her
because
dad's age, so of course.
I'm supposed to be protecting her from these men.
Yeah.
And she's just subjecting herself to these men.
Right.
And it kills me, but there's nothing I can do about it because
Yeah.
she does not want to get
Right.
better.
And that's the other side of the coin that bothers me even more is a man my age housing a 17-year-old and thinking that makes any kind of sense.
That's what I'm
Are
saying.
you shitting me, dude?
Like, I would feel like I feel sick like when boys like even a year younger than me, and I'm about to be 19. I don't want to talk to anybody 18. So I don't even feel right myself talking to anybody younger than me, and I'm a woman.
Right.
I don't like the whole cougar thing because that's nasty.
Right.
You should be with somebody that is appropriate for you. I
Sure.
think like maybe like 2, maybe 1 year, like that. Like she's just reached the age of consent, and even that is like you're still a baby.
Right.
Yeah. That you don't need to be outside.
It's funny to hear you say that because you're still like so close. Because I remember when I was young,
I don't even like going outside myself.
When I was young, I was like, oh, I'm ready for this. I can handle this. And now when I look at kids, I'm like, don't do that. You kids aren't ready for this.
When I was in high school and middle school, I was telling my mom, I was like, I'm so ready to take on the world when I'm 18. I'm so ready to get out of this house.
Yeah.
I'm ready to leave. As soon as I turned 18, I was like,
I can stay here, right?
yes, like, so you moving out first?
Yeah.
She's like, Amaya, if I move out of this house before you, we're going to have problems. I said, Mommy, we're going to have problems. I don't know if she can get rid of me. Because, like, all I've been taught, because, like, the world is, like, it's dangerous. It's scary. And, like, my mom is safe. She's my security blanket.
Right.
So, like, that's all I know. And it's, like, I'm scared to go into the world. But it's, like, I can't be. But I am. And it's
every
scary.
day you're getting more prepared to eventually.
I don't know.
If you need to. Like, maybe you won't. Who knows?
I don't think I will.
I've had this conversation a lot lately where, like, somehow our American culture is, like, really the only one where everybody moves away. Most cultures, like, stay in the same house their whole lives. Like, and you just can't, because you keep the family together.
I think I'm going to bring that up to her when I get home. Like, American culture is the only one where they, kick their birds out of the nest.
That's true. It's weird. It's like, you have kids because you want to have kids, then you can't wait to get rid of them.
Right.
Like, what was the point? I don't know. Adults are weird. And then one of the things, too, you had mentioned that your dad would make fun of you for the way you talk. Now, obviously, this situation is very different. Like, you're not hanging out with your friends, or you're not, whatever, like, whatever he's talking about. Because I know I talk different depending on who I'm with also. I try to be as prim and proper as possible when I'm recording.
What is it called? It's AAVE, African American English Vernacular.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the slangs and stuff.
Yeah.
But he would go back and he would do it.
Yeah.
He would go back and be like, he listens to rap music. He appropriates black culture and he hates black people, but he fetishizes black women. That's what Ryan does.
Yeah, I think when you said the fetish part, it was real eye-opening.
I cracked it. Like, he hates black people. He loves our culture. He doesn't want to be black, but he wants to be black.
What part of it is appropriation, do you think?
He definitely
The fact that he hates it, like embraces it, ironically?
How he acts. Because how he acts with his family is very different.
I love hip-hop.
It's very different.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's very different.
Sure.
Like, it's like... Do you know what drill music is?
No.
It's like I don't know how to. It's drill. It's like shooting people, like killing people, shooting guns, doing drugs, all this other type of stuff.
Like
it's like, yeah, it's like that type of stuff. And he listens to that type of stuff. It's like,
that's all like fake stuff.
A lot of it is, and it's like
It's trying to create this.
You didn't
image,
come from
this gangster.
You didn't come from the city. You came from Warrenville.
Right. Yeah, it always made me laugh. Because he always had that about him.
Yeah, you're not a gang member. Yeah. You don't have it this way. You did not have to sell dope to make your way. Right. Like, it's not that serious, dog.
I like real hip-hop. And real hip-hop, I find, has a very positive...
Where they're actually talking about what matters.
Right, and they're trying to build up a community, not make it worse. I also make a huge distinction between hip-hop and rap music.
That's what it is, rap.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't get that, but I'm like, I know when I hear, like, I like some rap, like, but I saw old school, like NWA, you know, and stuff that still felt like it was trying to build something.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
Because it was a genuine struggle. Today, there's not a struggle.
It's not.
It's all about slinging drugs and girls and guns, and I'm like, I don't care, I don't relate, I don't want to hear this. But give me some, like, Common, some Mos Def, and some, like, actual hip-hop Talib Kweli, like, that has something to say and trying to build a positive message. All day I'll do that. Gangstar, man. I don't feel like there's a lot of that around today.
There's really not. I mean, there's people that will still try and do lyrical rap, but it's like nobody wants to listen to that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I will say I'm guilty. I do listen to like the garbage that they put out now. It's catchy.
Sure,
it's catchy. But it's like, that's not what I believe in. That's not
You understand that it's a show.
Yes.
Like, I love wrestling.
That's the difference between me and my dad.
Yeah.
He wants that lifestyle. He wants the hard lifestyle. People work so hard to get out of that lifestyle, to move out of the hood, to get out of the trenches.
Yeah.
He wants to be in the trenches. He left my mom's nice 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom suburban house to go live in the wild hundreds in Chicago.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's unfortunate. But one of those things, too, is you hear a lot often from white people when they're trying to give a compliment to a black person is that they speak well.
My mom hears that so much. And
I'll bet it's because your mom is smart and carries herself very well. And I'm like, you understand that's not a compliment. But then it's like, oh, I'm just saying they talk well. I'm like, do you just mean that they're educated whatsoever and can form a sentence?
Yeah, I was like...
Like, you get that that's a dig.
I had so many friends. They were, like, trashier friends. And they're like, your mom is, like, whitewashed. And it's like, so you think just because she's not walking around the house with her bonnet on, with her titties sagging, like, literally, like, every single ratchet black mom stereotype, because she's not like that, she's whitewashed? No, she grew up very black. Very black. She's just very grounded.
I would even take that a step further in, maybe this is out of line, she grew up very African.
Yes.
Not just even black.
Yes, there's a big... that's another thing. There's a big difference between black and African. Yeah. And them themselves make sure that people know the difference. African people are like, I'm not black, I African.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with black. I am not African, I am black. It's the same way both ways.
That's why it always... not made me laugh, but I always thought it was weird that we kind of blanketed with the term African American instead of... It's almost like when you say Native American, it's downright offensive because you're talking about so many different things. Like, I understand, like, it's easy so we can classify people simply, but people then start taking that seriously and don't bother getting to know anybody.
Yeah, usually, like, people are not just a label. That's what it is. And that's what the world is becoming. People are labels. Yeah. And, like, it sucks, but, like... that's what the world has come to. Yeah. But like the only thing we can do about it is like fight the label, like not be a label and be someone. And that's what I try to do. Like people try to label me all the time. You're a crash out. You're angry. You're this. You're that. I'm Amaya.
Right.
I feel the way I feel. I act the way I act. I've been through things that you probably wouldn't have want to go through. You're like in your I don't know how many years of living coming from the person that's talking to me. Yeah. Like they couldn't walk a mile in my shoes, and I'm not mad at that.
Right.
I know that I'm a strong-willed person, and like what this person is saying, I know that they couldn't go through half of what I went through.
Yeah. You at that point too. I feel like as you grow up and put some distance between the trauma, you start realizing like, I don't want anybody to go through this. I guess it's similar to with you want to protect your siblings and stuff and help them through this stuff. Because like that's where how I got into coaching. I used to do trauma recovery too. Like it's the same thing where like I don't want anybody to feel this.
Maybe I should get into that because it's like I want my siblings to have it so easy. Like I do not want them to struggle like I did. And it's not even like we did struggle financially, but I'm talking about mentally.
Yeah.
We like you know, I don't know if you've like seen people like saying they're rich in love.
Yeah.
We were poor in love.
Right.
We were broke as hell in love.
Yeah.
And like being rich in love compared to being rich in money is so much more like it's such a better feeling.
Yeah.
And like I can say from right now compared to myself and like a couple years ago, I feel so much more like I have such a better glow to my skin because I am loved and because I do love compared to when I was in that household with him.
Do you remember that transition of I feel like just for myself even just recently as this week I finally kind of realized that people do value me and I'm like oh shit that it was such a foreign concept that I didn't realize how foreign it was until I was like, oh, well, this is different.
Yeah, cause it's my partner. I really struggle cause I did hurt him as much as I did. I really struggle accepting love from him.
Yeah.
Because I did hurt him
Knowing
as much as I did.
through.
So I feel like I have to make it up for him.
Like you deserve.
Yes, and he lets me know that, and it's like, it's so refreshing, cause it's like. It's refreshing. That's all I could say. Because it's like a breath of air.
Yeah, it makes me emotional too, like, in the best possible way where you're like, damn, this is a real thing. This is awesome.
Yes, like when my siblings, like when they need me, I'm just like, like I love like feeling like needed. Like I love being able to help. So it's like, when I'm not able to like help and it's a situation where it's just like, it's gonna pan out by itself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna be terrible.
I think you'd be good at life coaching or trauma, helping people through trauma. It's definitely rewarding. There's a point when you talk to people where you can see the lights come back on inside them, and it's like the most rewarding thing when they can start like standing on their own emotionally.
They told me about that a lot in high school. Like, you need to talk to people. You need to have a job where you can help people because you've been through so much in your life and you can help these people. I'm just like, I don't know. But they would literally send people to me. Yeah. Like, literally, like the hall monitors. Because I was like this. I was best friends with hall monitors and all my sport teachers because I had no friends in high school. Yeah. So they would send these people they would send random students to me saying, oh, I have this going on in my life. And it's like giving the side eye to, I know what you're doing. And then like I would talk to them. I would help them out a little bit, give them a little hug, give them a little like positive reinforcement, like give them a boost of energy. Sure. And then the teacher would, and then like whoever said that, they were like, see, now you see, like, you need to do this and I do this in life. I'm just like, oh, I don't know.
You don't have to do anything, but it's nice. Like I said, you become that protector. And if you can help somebody, you don't want them to feel what you've gone through. Like, some people want the world to burn.
Yeah. I used to be like that.
Yeah. That's probably where your sister got it from.
But it's like, I had violent thoughts, but I never acted upon them. That's the difference between us.
Particularly violent thoughts?
Yes. Like, not even, like, I don't even, like, there was this one time, a period of time, me and my partner were not together. I would constantly wish he would get into a car accident.
Wow.
Constantly. And it came back to me. And that day, it was April, like, it was his birthday, too. Yeah. April 29th, I got into a car accident. That very day, I've been taking life day by day. Like, there's no reason for me to wish this on this person because it can come back to me, because it did come back to me.
Because the world doesn't differentiate. The universe is energy.
You get what you put out.
Right, exactly. You're putting out car crash. It's not going anywhere. You're just putting out that energy. So it's like you manifested it for yourself.
Yeah, because it's like I would just like, with people that would do me wrong or people that would hurt me, I was like, oh, I hope this happens to them. I hope that happens to them. It's like, it's not happening, and I'm just saying empty words.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything. So
it's like lighting a firecracker and making a fist.
Pretty much.
You're only hurting yourself.
It's not doing anything to it. So I just, after that car accident, I just look at life so much differently now, because I really could have died that day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that it takes something to open your eyes, but in the same token, it's beautiful. It
really does. I thought Camila going to jail would open her eyes, but hell.
Everybody's got their limit. You
I
think,
guess so.
You know, nobody knows how she lived for 5 months either. You think that would open your eyes. But everybody's got their own journey.
They told me that one time she was missing. It wasn't just 5 months. I think it was like the longer time before this time.
Yeah.
She was in jail at one point. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah. I can't believe because she's not old enough to hold in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If she's held in jail, she's a ward of the state because she's a child.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would have worked.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I did like how you checked that guy online that one time when she was missing, because this is a whole real thing with the police and a missing persons case, and that guy online was like, oh, she's got tattoos and ran away from home, must have a really good mother. And you're like, look, dick.
My mom can do everything she can. Look at me.
It's just weird that
that's
you're
my
like,
thing. You look at, she is her second child. Look at her first child. She has her high school diploma. She has a well-paying job. She has everything going for her that she possibly could. What is the mom's fault? Look at her first child.
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at the ones after. Namira is a D1, like she's a D1 track runner, and she's an all-star student.
Yeah.
She's number one on the track field. She's number one in class. Kira, she's doing good in school and she's good in her sports. Braylon, like all of us are so smart and we're doing so well. And it's just that one particular kid. And it's like people sit here and bash my mom. It's not my mom's fault that Camila acts like that. Camila makes her own decisions.
Well, yes, but I also think that you could raise 6 kids the same way and they're not going to turn out different.
Yeah, because it's like 6 different personalities.
Exactly. Like, so I don't think she knows what she needs yet, and so she's not been able to get that. Like,
that's where communication comes in. Because I learned closed mouths don't get fed.
True, but you have to know what you're trying to say first. And I feel like she's so reactionary still. Like,
but
imagine just
so
being
much help.
tightened
That's
up
my
so
thing.
much.
There's so much. Like, I'm here. Like, I went through everything she's went through, if not worse.
Right.
And it's like she just like she acts like I'm coming after her. She acts like I don't want her to live. I want her to live, but I want her to live safely. I want her to live smart.
But everything
I don't want her to make
in
my
a constant
mistakes.
state of defense.
Yes, like that's another thing. I had to learn that too. Not everybody is trying to hurt you.
Right.
Not everybody is trying to be like that.
Yeah.
You need to not give people a chance, but give yourself a chance. Let your guard down. Not fully, but just enough so that you're not treating people like in the world like shit for no reason.
Right.
Because that's really what she's doing. She's treating everybody in the world like she cannot trust them and she's taking it out on them. And that is not the case.
Right. I mean, there's an old saying, you can't change people, you can only love them. Best we can hope is that through just unconditional love, she can find her way eventually.
I don't know.
Nobody's going to be able to do it for her.
Nothing to do with her. She's burned too many bridges with me, but someone else can help her.
I like the idea that she's 17 and you're like, done.
Because there's just some lines you don't cross.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I don't care who you are to me. You cannot cross that line. My personal boundary, or else you're done. And she's done that one too many times, and I gave her one too many chances, and she's taken advantage of my kindness, and I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people will mistake kindness for weakness, unfortunately.
She does that. She does. And my kindness is always mistaken for weakness because I am a people pleaser. Yeah. And I've learned that I need to snap out of that.
Well, I mean, you can be a people pleaser and still have healthy boundaries.
That's my problem. I can't.
Can't do both.
No. I'll give this person my last bit of money, knowing I have to get an Uber to work tomorrow,
right.
And then I'll ask my mom for money tomorrow, and then I'll pay her more than I can afford.
Yeah.
When I pay her back. So
what
it's
do you do
like
for work?
I work at Fox Valley Mall. Still, I'm a stylist.
Is that a thing? Fox Valley Mall?
That's right. I have. Oh my god, it's so trash.
I haven't been in a mall in so long.
I hate it there.
I worked in that mall though. So many jobs in that mall.
My mom too. She makes fun of me all the time. She's like, "Is Auntie Annie still in there?" It's like, girl, it's not that old.
Yeah. Well, all the places I worked at are gone. I worked at a candle shop. I don't even remember. It was called Candle Man. And then they put a Yankee shop in there, and it just
Yankee's gone too.
Man, yeah, that's wild. Which store do you work at?
It's a dress store. It's called Windsor. We sell like women's clothing.
You said you're a stylist?
Yeah, we sell women's clothes. I love my job.
Really?
I make so many girls smile.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so good.
It's so like. Have you had other jobs before?
I worked at Foot Locker. I was a sales representative for like one of those cold call companies.
Yeah.
I was selling knives.
See that? It's kind of comforting. All the same shitty jobs when I came up.
They're still around.
Still there.
I remember I called up my aunt on the call, like while I was doing the sales rep. She's like, "Are you working for so and so?" I was like, "Yes." She's like, "They had me doing the same stuff, girl. You better quit right now."
Yeah. Cutco and some shit.
Yup. Yeah, I still have a knife from them.
Can't believe 30 years later they're still getting high school kids doing
still
that stuff.
And still trying to make it seem like people actually make money off of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's a pyramid scheme. Somebody's making money. It sure as hell isn't us.
Pretty much. I think I made I had one check and it was like $500, and I didn't even do like half of what I was supposed to do. I was just filling it out.
Yeah.
And then they caught on to it, so they had to like contact the people that you called to make sure that they got into contact with you, and like they got to give you a review of like what you did and stuff. I was like, oh nah, I'm quitting.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
And then I saw my manager at a frat party. I'm just like, see, this job is paying you well.
Yeah. So I know we already talked about you wanting to stay home as much as possible. Do you think eventually you'll want to get your own place, like stay close to the family? Are you content to kind of keep tag teaming this family?
I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
I really don't. But me and my partner have been talking about getting out because he doesn't want to stay with his family, and I know my mom isn't going to let him come and stay with us. But she does want me, because I have health problems to where like I pass out sometimes, or like I'll have like episodes where I need someone there with me, and I cannot, like she wants me to like almost be independent, but it's like I can't be fully independent. I'll still need someone there monitoring my health.
What causes that to happen?
We're still not sure. Like she says it's anxiety induced, like fainting, but it's like we don't know because I'm not anxious sometimes when I pass out.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I feel like you can have the anxiety and not even realize you're having it.
Yeah, that's another thing because like I always have I have a weird feeling in my stomach. I found out that was my anxiety.
Yeah, it's weird when you don't know and you're like, something's happening and I don't understand it.
I like always feel like I gotta throw up, but there's like nothing coming up, and it's just like my stomach. It's like a hot feeling in my stomach.
Yeah. You said you smoke pot?
Yeah, I have a dispensary card. There's a little disposable right here.
Yeah. Do you find that helps with your anxiety? Yes,
it really does. When I'm not, like when I'm sober, I do notice I worry a lot more. Like I was sober when I got into my car accident. Like it sounds terrible, but like that, like in that state of mind, I'm able to function I'm able to process properly. Cause when I'm sober, everything is like 1,000 miles per minute. In my head, I can't focus. I can't grab one thought. and focus on it because there's so much going on. When I'm high, and it's not even high because it's like I have such a high tolerance.
Right.
It's like I get leveled. I'm calm. I can focus on one thing at a time. And it's like they keep putting me on all these pills. They need to just like at this point just give me like my own little card.
Right.
Because that's what's helping me. And it's like these man-made pills aren't helping me, but it's literally like from the earth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like my mom got into it too. I don't know if I got her into it or if her boyfriend did, but she got into like the gummies and stuff to get her to sleep. And it's like,
yeah, I have trouble.
You see
sleeping.
its benefits.
I've been thinking because I don't like smoking. It hurts my lungs. And I think the last time I took a gummy, we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I actually took like a 10 or 20 gram, and I didn't know that, and I had like, you know, you get that drug anxiety, like when you eat something, and then you're waiting for the effects, and you're like, oh man, oh shit, now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And I got so anxious that I was like, I don't even want to play Dungeons and Dragons ever again.
Yeah, I don't really have an effect to gummies. I think
you're probably an old pro. I don't do drugs often. I am an advocate for mushrooms.
I tried them once and they made me cry.
Really?
Yes, they made me very emotional.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I do, yeah, I do cry a lot. It's like I do emotionally release a lot. Like I cry a lot.
Because I feel like the few times I've done them, it's like 3 months of no anxiety, of like just feeling like everything feels pretty good. That's doing a large amount. You can microdose daily and kind of just similar to like vaping with marijuanas.
Yeah, I've been self-medicating since 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah. But high school was when it got bad. Like when they started offering me pills and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think like I took them like maybe a few times. It was Xanax.
Ugh,
and like those were like, it sounds bad, but like they had me like I was calm.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the real anxiety medication. Right. And like,
well, it mellows you up to the point where you're comatose.
Yeah, I was almost fixated on them, and it's like I can't get addicted to these because if my mom finds out I'm popping pills, I'm out of this place. Because my dad was doing that, and she was like, she literally tells me all the time like you realize like your drug addiction might be inherited. I'm just like, what do you mean? She's like, you realize Ryan went to NA when he was 16. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not trying to go down that same path because I know.
I think that's one of the reasons I've tried to avoid as much as possible. One, I don't like drinking. I don't like.
Oh, I hate drinking.
Real drug, like I say real drugs. I don't consider pot or mushrooms real drugs. But I'm like, I can't imagine if you did a bunch of illicit drugs and it was awesome. And now what? I gotta do it till I die?
I'd consider mushrooms and marijuana more medicine than drugs because they show more benefits.
And I think they're used as such, especially like in
marijuana and cancer. That's a big thing. Like
they're using mushrooms for PTSD now also.
Oh, I might need to try them then because I have some pretty bad.
I should not be telling an 18-year-old to do narcotics, X-class narcotics, but there's something to it. That's why they're legal now in Colorado because they've been doing the research and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna say psilocybin because I say it wrong every time. And I hate myself for it. But that's the compound in them, and they're using that for PTSD and to calm people down, because it definitely does counteract anxiety. Like even my sister, the first time she did them, it was the first time she ever relaxed in her life. She didn't know what was happening.
That's crazy. I don't think I took enough. I think it was like 4 milligrams.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to dose those.
Me neither.
Mushrooms are like.
I usually do whatever somebody hands me.
I had like. Do you guys call them plugs?
Plugs?
Like the people that come and like bring you your drugs.
I don't know. I've never bought drugs.
Really?
Or had somebody
like so
back in my day they were just called drug dealers.
That's what it's just drug dealers. Because like now they're called
plugs.
Now they're called plugs.
That's fantastic.
Like they just like drive up on you and like you just come outside, you send them the money, and then they give you what you want, and then they drive off, and then it's like that quick now.
We've always been spoiled. I feel comfortable saying this because I did an episode with my friend Greg, and he was the drug kingpin in our town, and we were all friends with him. So it's like
like all the drug kingpins like want to be with me. So it's like I've been in their passenger seat at least once or twice. Like I've seen everybody from Maywood to Chicago to everywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty fun. It's not like, it sounds bad when I say, but it's like it's not good, but it's like it's fun.
I think realistically, there's levels to it.
Yeah, it's illegal fun.
When you're doing, recreational easy drugs that are legal now, you're not too worried about it. If you're starting to become a pack mule and pushing bricks of cocaine and heroin,
that's different.
Right. Then you have to carry a gun and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, no.
That's too much.
that was the one I got caught up with all the drugs in the car. I think he had like 200 Xanax pills, and they did not find them. They were in like one of those little scent-proof bags that they sell weed in. I'm just like, oh. He has mushrooms though. They look disgusting. Mushrooms look.
Well, they grow on poop.
They're called like penis envy or something like that.
It's a really good strain, yeah.
It's such weird names.
They do have. Well, you're already eating something that grows on shit, and then you're gonna give them a weird, awkward name too. Like, come on, man.
I didn't even catch that mushrooms do grow off of shit.
Yeah.
And they look weird though. They look dirty.
Some of them, they're clearly dirty because of where they grow, but it's all different. You'll see different strains will look very different. Like there's little stringy ones with small caps. There's some that have huge caps and really thick stems. Like I've been lucky enough to have a lot of really thick, potent ones that are really good.
I think there was this one time I was hanging out with somebody. She made shroom water.
Oh yeah.
Like she just put the shrooms in the water and let it sit.
They make shroom tea. Yeah, you can get edibles. We used to put them on pizza or toast, like peanut butter toast. So good. Like I'll eat them raw. A lot of people won't do that.
Do they taste like anything?
Tastes like dirt.
Like an earthy taste.
Yeah, real earthy.
Like matcha, or have you tried matcha?
I don't know what matcha is.
Matcha tastes like dirt.
Really?
Yeah, like dirt. So
probably similar to that then.
I don't know. I might have to try some mushrooms. They don't sound too bad. They sound a little scary. The way I hear people trip out on them.
Yeah.
They compare it to like an acid or like PCP trip, and it's like
I've never done either of those. I've been around a lot of acid, but I've never done it. It's different because those are both chemicals, as opposed to you taking something natural, and you're basically.
I wouldn't even put anything called PCP into my body.
Yeah,
like what?
That's good advice. Don't. But it's triggering something that happens a chemical that happens in your brain naturally. It's just a higher dose of that. Because the experience of doing mushrooms is literally food poisoning. That's all it is. It's a reaction to food poisoning and your body trying to work it out of your system. But it's like I've taken it enough to where I've had a lot of visuals, and the visuals are exciting. Like
that's what I wanna experience.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, every single time I've done them, I always end up laying out in the backyard staring at the sky.
Yeah.
And it's like the stuff you see in the sky.
During the day too. Like, do you look at the clouds and stuff and try to find stuff in the clouds?
I've never done them during the day, but like at night, I can see colors. I understood what sacred geometry was. Like I could see the geometry that makes up all of existence. Even like when you see, like I started seeing like these demonic faces and like weird stuff, but none of it had any kind of negative connotation. Everything felt so positive and normal. I remember I kept pissing my friends off because I would just lay there and kept saying all of it. I'm like, all of it, dude, all of it. But like everything in those moments, it didn't feel like a speck of dust was out of place in the world. Everything felt perfect. Like, and you can carry that for a couple of weeks, months, depending on the trip. And I'm like, I could easily see how people would do this every day, but I don't want to abuse it. Yeah,
and those are like the highs like that I like want. Like, yeah. I think the first time I got high, I was laced.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's not great.
I was laced by some girls I thought were my friends in high school.
Why?
With a gummy.
Yeah. What do you mean laced?
They put something on it. They wouldn't.
They didn't know. You don't know what it was.
No, they put something in it or on it, and it
that
didn't
could kill somebody. Like what? Is
I-
that the joke? Oh, we almost killed her.
They I really think it was because like I was the only like mixed girl because
Yeah.
it was a whole group of black girls. I really think it was that. Like they slipped me like 3 of them, and they were like 50 milligrams. I was
Wow.
like, for a first time, you're gonna
Yeah.
give me 3 of these,
That's-
and that was my first eye opener. Like, 3? Should I
Yeah.
take 3? That's like 150 milligrams for my first time.
Yeah.
And I'm over here Googling. And I overdosed on it. And I'm just like, this doesn't feel like an overdose. Like, this feels like something's really wrong. I was high for 3 days. Like,
Wow.
vomiting, not
Yeah.
back to back to back.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, yeah, no. And, I had, I kept one of the gummies. And I gave it to somebody that could like test it for me because
Yeah.
they were a real junkie, so they could like they had like all like the testing strips.
Yeah.
They said yeah they put some shit in here. I was like,
That sucks.
they did like it was some foreign shit too because
Yeah.
like it wouldn't even show up. It just showed up that it was just something in it. It's like, oh,
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there's so many things you can put in drugs too that's messed up.
people take fentanyl now.
Yeah.
Like they just take it straight up.
It's like the number 1 killer.
I'm just like,
They're not even turning it into meth anymore. It's like, I guess we'll just skip the middleman.
my neighbor thought my dad was on meth. Well, because he built a shed in like a week.
Yeah.
He's
Wait,
like,
that's
what?
really-
He's like, no, like he built it. He like, was your dad? He's like, was he on meth when he built it? Because it would not break down or anything.
Yeah.
And like, it was like, I don't know how many people was working on it, but it was just, he built like so much stuff and destroyed so much stuff in our house. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen that big hole in our ceiling, but that's it's part of Ryan's work.
Yeah. I know that everything in your house is sticky. Every place that I've been where there's children,
Yeah, that's those kids.
everything is sticky.
Mostly Brendan.
And then you guys have cats that shed and all the hair sticks to the sticky.
We have a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
We have 6 cats.
Yeah, my original bag I was using is still covered in cat hair from the one time I was there.
I love cats.
I also love cats.
My mom's raising her daughters to be cat ladies. Like,
Yeah.
she's raising us to, like, you don't need a man. You don't need a man to pay your bills. You don't need a
Yeah.
man to do this. She's really raising us to be cat ladies. And I am not mad at it. I will be a cat lady because I see these TikToks all the time. It's like, I've been begging for, like, the universe to send me a man that's obsessed with me, and it's a little cat. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think that might be my calling. I think I need to be a cat lady.
I was practically in tears before you got here. Last episode I had on my friend Katie, and she's a firefighter, and she sent me a picture today of this little baby cat, like this very little kitten, and she's like, "Look what somebody threw out the window of their car."
Yeah, people do that all the time.
Dude,
It's just
that's
like,
how does it even trigger in your brain? Like
I-
you can just bring it to the shelter. There's so many options. How does it think? You know what I'll do is I'll throw it out the car window.
summer or spring, like the middle of spring to the end of summer is a very big gap of like when stray cats like are being like when cats are being abandoned, like
Yeah,
being
that's-
left.
People are the worst.
It's like it's smaller than a human. Like
Yeah.
it can. I can't think of like what it is. I'm thinking like what I'm trying to say, but it's like it's not like it can't defend itself like a human.
Right.
So it's like it's more vulnerable. You need to treat it with vulnerability, and it's like we're just treating God's creation as like trash.
Yeah.
And it's like this is why he does what he like does. Like I'm not a religious person at all, but the way we treat the world, God is very much putting his foot up our asses for it right now.
So do you think that that's God, or is that just Mother Nature because we're not in unison with?
I think
nature?
God and Mother Nature are like
Some sort of symbiotic.
Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
Sure. Some sort of deity in general.
yeah, there's something up there
Yeah.
controlling everything.
Right.
Like I do think there's a God because when I am alone, I do pray and I do talk to a higher power, and I do like seek um seek wisdom, or seek like signs that I'm going in the right direction, or seek signs that I'm doing this right, or I need to step back and pump the brakes.
Sure.
And he does do that. He or whatever it is does that for me. So I do believe that there is a higher power for sure.
Yeah. Do you think that that could just be the universe in general?
I don't know. It could be my grandpa. He could be, or Betty. Him and Betty, my guardian angels.
Oh. Yeah.
Terry's mom, yeah, she passed away not too long after my grandpa.
Yeah.
Literally like 6 months after my grandpa. So I think of them both as my guardian angels.
I know that we as people have personal angels in general. I have friends that have written books about like fairies and fays and angels and this whole other separate world that a lot of people don't notice. There's a lady that used to own the crystal shop down the street here that's written multiple books about it. And one time she told me about the angels that are attached to me. She told me about some of my previous lives and stuff like that.
I believe in all that stuff.
It's pretty wild, yeah. But I agree. I find it fascinating.
I think I was a cat in my previous life.
You think so?
I want to be a cat in my next life.
Yeah? Maybe that's what your mom's grooming you for.
Not even like not even a house cat. Maybe like a big cat, like a leopard or something.
I would love to be a big cat.
I wanna see a big cat. Like I wanna go and like interact with a big cat.
I want to also, but I'll probably get killed.
No, because they're so like.
I definitely want to hug a big cat.
They're so. I don't know what the word is for. They're so, like they're not being trained to be like, they're not allowed to be in the wild anymore.
Yeah,
if you get what I'm saying.
They don't have those instincts.
Yes,
that they
like
would
they're
if they
being
were raised out. Yeah.
held captive.
Right, they're used to being around humans. Dude, like when I see a
they're being used for like entertainment almost,
well,
like
see,
monkeys.
Some
and
of that
stuff.
bothers me. Like I don't like zoos and stuff like that, but I also don't want to be mauled by a big cat.
And it's like I seen this tourist attraction. They're like they pay to like interact with the monkey, but like the monkey is doing like inappropriate things, and it's like why is this monkey? It's obviously being taught these things.
Yeah.
So it's like why is this monkey being taught like inappropriate things? It's obviously the owners teaching it these things.
Yeah, I don't like when humans try to control nature.
Extortion. That's what it is. Like animal extortion.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It's sick. People like there's celebrities that do it too for like music videos, or like they'll do it for like pictures, and it's just like, what do you get out of it? Like I guarantee you're not donating any money to like any type of animal foundation after you use them for like your photo shoot.
Right. Yeah. I get excited though too because I know like I've heard of a few movie stars that like after a movie wrap they kept their horse and stuff like that because it's just gonna.
I want a horse.
They're just gonna end up getting murdered anyways. It's an expensive hobby, but it seems rewarding.
It does. Horses are so peaceful.
Yeah, I have a few friends that have horses, but they have to live somewhere, and somebody has to take care of them. So it's expensive monthly bill.
Yeah, I can imagine. Cats are pretty expensive, and they're cats.
That's true. Yeah. But cats are so great.
I love cats. They're like, because dogs are too hyper. Like, they jump on you. They want to lick your face.
I love dogs. I don't want them near me.
Yeah, they're cute from a distance.
Yeah, exactly. But I love raccoons also.
Oh.
I like the animals with
nighttime
hands.
burglars.
Dude,
I
trash
love
pandas.
Them. Yes, my boyfriend calls them trash pandas. He said that yesterday. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, trash pandas." I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, they're so adorable though.
His dog is so ugly. He's got 2 dogs. He's got it's a Shih Tzu.
Yep, sounds ugly.
Some type of Shih Tzu Terrier mix, and then American Bully. I love the bully. She's so beautiful. Yeah. But oh my god, that Shih Tzu looks like a goddamn rat.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be shaved. Oh my god. It's literally like a wet cat. Like, it's got like a long nose.
Yeah.
And he looks like a freaking schnauzer. He's so damn ugly. And like I love I used to take care of him when he was a puppy.
Yeah.
He did not look like that. He was the most beautiful brown black puppy ever.
Yeah.
And now he's a gray old he looks so ugly.
We can't all age gracefully. Listen, we're not all black or half black where we can age gracefully.
He's only one. That's the thing.
He's an old man in dog years. Some of us don't have the melanin in our skin. We just dry up like prunes.
He lost he's ugh. I don't know. His fur changed colors and everything. He's just not a I don't know. Like he was a brown and black puppy and then he grew up and his fur turned like gray.
That's crazy.
Like as if he really got old and was like I thought Shih Tzus are supposed to stay brown.
Maybe he went through some traumatic event that like just
or he's got some other type of dog in him or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Do dogs age? I gotta check if my dog has gray hairs when I go home.
Did you just ask if dogs age? Of course they age.
Like gray hairs and stuff. I gotta like.
Usually you can see like in golden retrievers too. Like they'll start getting like the gray around the face and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wonder if my dog has any grays. I don't know. He's pretty old. I think he's like 10, 11.
There's a dog in your house also.
He's like a cat. The cat's trained him.
That's probably good.
So he just sits in the bathroom and sleeps. That's his home. That's his room. He sits in the bathroom. He'll lay in the corner of the living room, or he doesn't like going outside. He only walks around half the block, and then he wants to go home. He goes in the backyard. Like he's a cat. The cats like being outside more than him.
Yeah. Do you let how many cats do you guys have?
6.
Jesus.
They're not outside cats.
Yeah.
Because I only let the fat one outside because he can't get away. Because everybody else will run, but there's some of them are just scared of outside. They'll go outside, and they'll run right back in the house. There's times where Camila will sneak out, and then all the she'll accidentally leave the door open. All the cats will be sprawled out across the backyard, and then you'll open the door, and then call out, and then like you can tell who's the most scaredest because they'll come shooting in the house. Like there's this one time I had to go to work, and I couldn't find any of the cats.
Yeah.
And they all just started popping up at the back door one by one, just crying to be let in. I'm just like, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody left last night. Either that or like the dog knows how to open the door from the outside, so he'll like jump on the door, and all the cats will just run outside.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's a zoo. It's really a zoo.
It's too much.
It is.
I can't believe that there's 6 children, 6 cats, a dog, and everything's still sticky.
It's so overstimulating. I try to clean some like I have anxiety, really really bad anxiety, so I'll get into like those modes.
Yeah.
I'll just start cleaning.
Right.
For nothing. Clean for nothing.
Yeah.
I'll clean for my mom to be like, oh, the house looks so nice. Then the kid 3 o'clock comes around. Yeah. The first set of kids come home. 4 o'clock rolls around. The second set of kids come home. 9 o'clock rolls around. Everybody's home, and everything I did is gone.
Yeah. It's an uphill battle, but I think I think we've covered everything. I think that's a good place to end. Is your unwavering love of family, despite where you've been. I think that's really cool. I mean, it makes me excited that you're so much better prepared, given what you've been through, than I was at your age. That's exciting. I know you don't speak for your whole generation, but I feel like your generation gets a lot of shit. My generation did when we were younger. Like, oh, these fucking millennials, and like, it's not just how the older generations are. They're dicks. But I'm always excited for new generations. I'm like, you guys are smarter, better prepared than we were, and that's what we should be doing. Is making sure that the next generation is more educated and better prepared for what comes next. So that's fantastic. Appreciate you coming out. That's exciting that we were able to get and actually make this happen, even though you're not allowed to drive ever again.
In her car, at least.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day you'll get your own car.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I like the idea that you're like, maybe I'll get my own car. Just gonna never drive?
Yeah. I'll get my own car for her to drive it.